Hey everybody. I just wanted to stop in here and say thank you for watching. Please be aware that the audio is a little bit funky because I didn't realize that it recorded my friends at such a low volume. I did go in and try to fix that, but otherwise, this is how our evening went when we talked about this. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoy the video. Leave a like if you did, and I will see you guys next time. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lady, and with me tonight I have um, Kitty, who's probably going to be the other most common heard voice, and I
Hello.
have JC and Jester, who has decided to mute himself all of a sudden. Um,
He's overly opinionated on this topic.
he's playing sound effects now. So, me and I wanted to talk with Kitty about this because she does diamond painting,
Uh-huh.
and with Kitty, my question I raised to her the other night, and I figured we'd do an in depth talk now, was have you ever trashed a diamond painting?
Yes, I have trashed several actually.
Why and where did you get them?
Oh my gosh. A couple of them I had ordered off of different smaller company websites. Like
AliExpress or Amazon or like other American owned
I've done
websites.
both on AliExpress and I've done Amazon. And I sent them like pictures, and I even paid for like the bigger sizes because I knew that it wasn't going to work on a small or a medium size. I had to go bigger.
Yeah.
So of course, it it cost me about $50-$60 for the sizes. And then, they gave me all the pieces, they gave me the everything. I put it together and I'm just like, I get maybe a quarter of the way through, halfway through, not even a quarter of the way through, and I'm just like, okay, I can't do this. These colors are horrible. You ruined the picture. And now I'm just out 40, $50 because I cannot look at this damn thing anymore.
So you've legitimately like just trashed them.
Yeah. I I pulled the plastic off, I pressed them together, sealed them together, right in the garbage.
Oh dang, you go the extra mile and make sure they're not usable.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, because I'm like, you know what? I'm burning it. I'm burning the bridge. I am really, really mad.
Well, I
And then
mean, go ahead.
mm, no, and then there'd be some that I order that I'm like, okay, it's a smaller size, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. And then it's so pixelated, I don't even try.
Yeah, I've had some like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
I
then
gave those to Munchkin to do.
well, the other one's like 4 years old, so I can't really give them to her.
Yeah.
My will end up eating her up her nose or something.
She won't eat it up her nose. It'll be fine. She's not a cocaine addict.
She stuck. She took slime and stuck it deep into my ear canal. I had to use tweezers.
to
I
get it
don't trust this kid.
to get it back on track because I don't know anything about any of this. Do it.
As
When
a non diamond painter, JC is
when
going to
you
offer his opinion.
well, it's just a question, honestly. If um, can you not when you say that the colors don't work and it looks awful or whatever? I mean, I understand the pixelation, but if you get a quarter, a third of the way through, and then you say, "Oh, this looks terrible," is it the combination of the drills going onto the actual picture that you're saying looks terrible, or because otherwise wouldn't you have just pulled the thing out of the box, said this looks like crap, and sent it back?
It can be a combination of things.
Most of the time, yeah, it's like it'll look like it's gonna be nice, but then when you start putting it on, you realize that it is more pixely, or when you do the colors, you're kind of like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
Because
it's like they get the wrong skin tone or they make the shading really weird and it doesn't look right. Um
So
it
they're not matching the drills picture. What you're
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not matching the colors properly.
saying. Okay.
yeah. And that is also a limitation of diamond painting because it does have a limited number of colors to work with.
Hmm.
So,
Although, one picture that I did get, and it was of my dog who passed away when she was 5, 6 years old, suddenly of cancer. And I admit, like, the picture's a little dark in like some parts, but I was like, okay, you know what? It'll be like a gold, like a darker yellow, or it'll be like some like kind of like brownish, whatever.
yeah.
I don't know why they gave me like red.
Yeah, I've had weird colors like that pop out too.
This is
Yeah,
a Labrador, just to
yeah, it's a
for
Labrador
people listening.
retriever, a yellow Labrador. Of
It's
all,
the one you posted in finishes, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can go pull that and put it on the screen so everybody knows what picture you're talking about.
yeah. So I love this dog. I have the picture on my phone. She's obviously yellow, a little bit of like in like the darker region. She looks a little brown, so it's kind of like okay, I'm gonna get a lot of yellow, some gold, maybe some brown. But when they gave me red and purple, I was so goddamn confused.
Did you wind up using those, or did you just replace where those were
There
charted?
was so much of it that I couldn't really replace it.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So I went through with it anyway, just because, this was a memorial thing for my dog,
Yeah.
you know, in passing. Um,
But for a lot of like shaded areas, purples and reds would be the better colors than like blacks or grays.
that is true, but, if we post the picture of it, which Lady's going to do, it's the fur that looks red, and it's not really like due to the shading of the picture. It's just for some weird reason that's what I got, and I just kept with it because I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll look okay when I'm done, and
So
it looks fine. Her face, like the one thing I actually care about is like what the face looked like, and the face came out fine.
yeah, I
So
mean
I think like
that was gonna be my next question was, are you happy with the finish though, even though it had that weird color?
yeah, her face came out fine. The little bandana she had on came out fine. It looked great in the end. It's just, and I kind of ignore the part where it's like more red. I just like, I don't let my brain like really think or focus on it
Yeah,
because I'm like, as long as her face and what's around her neck look right, what like the part of her body that's also in the picture looks like doesn't really matter much. And what's really weird is when I sent them the picture of my deceased cat, I said, do it more monotone because this is a in remembrance piece.
yeah,
And that came and that made me very happy. And they were from the same company, so I'm kind of like, this is really weird.
yeah. Just different pictures and probably a different person actually worked on the rendering.
So,
Probably.
so lady, do you think that that is a human making pick the color? Is that are they doing a spectral analysis with a scan
I,
and it just
I
tells them what to put?
for odd color choices like that, it is 99% likely that they just ran it through a charting program and did what we call computer rendering and probably did no type of touch up to it.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Um,
be surprised.
and it's probably what they did with the cat too. But because of the cat's color, it's easier to get him
Yeah,
to
he's
look
mostly
right.
black, white, and brown. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's easier than trying to get I've noticed this with other people's dog pictures too. Like people who have black dogs or black and brown dogs, their pictures tend to come out nice. But people
Hmm.
who have like yellow labs or golden retrievers, they have a really hard time getting the shading and the tones correct.
So, do you think it matters that you make a request that it be more muted, or do you think special are taken into consideration at all?
Yeah,
That
because they can add a filter.
that would depend from company to company, so it could matter, but unless they confirm that they did that, there's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
But yes, that would ultimately affect the outcome because you
For
you
people
can add a filter.
for people that are listening, are there companies that you know that they might actually make an effort if on a special request?
Personally, from my point of view, because of how I like the company's drills, there's there are a bunch of companies that do customs, but only two that I've ever used the drills of. And one of those is Jada Gem Shop. Her drills are really good, and she does make an effort to do like hand touches to your picture when you have a custom made. The other one is Ever Moment on AliExpress, and the they also use the same manufacturer as Jada Gem Shop, but they're a Chinese company, and I don't know if they actually do any hand um, correction to your picture. I know that they do the computer render and that's it, but I don't know if they do any hand touch up to the picture to make it like to where there's obviously confetti and color correction issues that need to happen. Um, and then Dreamer Design also does customs, and I've only had experience with their round drills and was not super happy. And from my understanding, the squares can be kind of iffy, but I don't know. Their stuff is always so weird. I, Everybody seems to be at opposite ends of the spectrum of whether they're good or not. Um, I know Carrot Art in Germany. I know they started doing customs, and I really like their drills. Their drills I've never been disappointed in, and are of similar, if not better, or identical quality as Jada Gem Shop. So those are the companies that I personally know of, and next time I go to get a custom done, we'll go through. I had a custom done through Crafties and absolutely hated it. Um, I hated their squares. They were not very good quality, and there was a lot of gapping, and I didn't like the way it came out.
You might want to drop a link to that one place that you said that you liked in
Yeah,
the description.
I will.
And
Oh,
meanwhile, the two
And that was your Diamond Shop review by JC.
We're trying to be professional here.
Now back to you.
meanwhile, like the two pictures I was talking about, the dog and the cat.
yeah,
The dog one that's like the weird purple and red. Like those were round drills, and the cat I did in square drills.
yeah.
So I don't know if that was like really much of like a
It
game changer for it.
that
So I don't
shouldn't that shouldn't
know
really affect the color. That would affect the clarity of the
of the picture.
render, but it
Yeah,
shouldn't affect the color.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's kind of why they effed it up, but I
I don't.
mean, aside from like a blotch of purple and red fur and a yellow dog, I was like, okay.
So so like from my point of view, the main reason I asked this question was
Mhm.
because roughly 2 weeks ago now, um,
Uh-huh.
I basically called Jester breaking down, going, I hate this picture, but I don't want to throw it away because I spent so much money on it.
Oh, that does hurt. It does hurt because, like I said, I'm like, well, there goes $50.
And see, like for me, it's the issue I'm having is I have three pictures. One of them I have already trashed. I've already thrown out the drills. The canvas is sitting next to the trash can to be thrown away. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I had pulled it out, and it was supposed to be my small canvas to mix in between the two larger ones that I have going.
Okay.
So I pulled it out, and I was gonna place like the first small row so that I had some progress going on it. And
Oh yeah.
I didn't even get done with a small section before I was like, I absolutely hate this canvas. I
Okay.
don't like these drills. excessive gapping. I don't like the way that the rendering looks on the canvas itself.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of the drills is like horrendous, and I went from going, okay, I'm just gonna relax and do diamond painting for a little bit, to, oh my goodness, I am ready to pull my hair out and I hate this picture.
Yeah.
I assume there are no returns on custom.
Well, I mean, this wasn't a custom, and after about 30 days, most diamond painting companies that I know of won't take any return.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's the thing. After 30 days, you're just stuck.
and also all three of these canvases are from companies that are no longer in business. So even if I had wanted to try to do a return, it's not happening.
But if you commission a custom
Mm-hmm.
with the
No,
existing
these aren't customs.
No, I'm
Well, I'm
not.
just saying if you do.
No, if you commissioned a custom, it would depend on each shop. But my understanding from the different shops is, customs are non-refundable.
It makes
Yeah.
sense because they can't do anything with them.
Yeah,
They're
the only way you would get a refund is if there was a legitimate manufacturer defect.
Like
And
the thing was completely warped, or
yeah,
just.
I mean, that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure it's clarified.
well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
we're
it. Want
not
a
talking,
custom?
well, but
Go
we're
to
not talking about
Gen Shop.
customs. But
The
but
link is in the description.
but we're not talking about customs. We're talking about running into pictures that we hate, that we
Yeah.
bought thinking we would like and wound up hating.
Yep.
And so, like,
Yep.
for me, this one picture, and this is ultimately where Jester was correct. He asked
Mm-hmm.
me if I had or could obtain another copy of it. And I
Mm-hmm.
have another copy of it from Craftably, which I love Craftably's quality. Their quality was top notch, and I'm very sad that they went out of business. Um,
Oh.
so
Well,
I still have the picture, just from a different company, and I think that one is rounds instead of squares.
mm,
So for that picture, it was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm not enjoying this one at all. I don't like how it's gonna look. I don't like these drills. I don't feel like trying to replace them. So I threw it out. Everything is gone. And now I'm debating with myself on the other two, because Gonski really wants to see the one finished, and I really like the other one, but I'm hating the canvases. Like, I dread the idea of pulling them out and working on them.
oh. Well, like honestly, a craft or a hobby is for your enjoyments.
Right.
And it's stressing you out and you're getting no enjoyment out of it. I mean, yeah, you're out X amount, but at the same time, it's kind of like you don't want to end up hating your hobby because you forced
Right.
yourself to work on something that you just didn't want to do.
So it's kind of like, where is that point where you go, this is not worth it anymore? It's not worth it to try to finish it. It's not worth it to try to save it. It's it's just not worth it anymore. That's kind of where I've hit, whereas I'm like, I don't know where, for me personally, with these two canvases, is
Mm-hmm.
it's not worth it anymore.
For me, it's not worth it the moment it goes from an enjoyable hobby to something I'm forcing myself through. Kind of like, your math homework in high school. You
But
don't enjoy it.
I like my math homework. My dislike was
Well,
English homework.
okay, as someone who
Nerd.
public, okay, as someone who went to a public high school, math sucked.
See, for me, English and writing was my dreaded topics. I hated those classes.
Mm, I
This
made a degree out of that.
I know you did. So, like, I made math my career.
Yeah.
But so you're saying your cutoff point is when you're just not getting any more enjoyment out of it.
Yeah. I mean, am I upset that I'm out the money I spent? Of course I am. No one likes to, waste their money. But I'm kind of like, you know what? This one thing that I cannot stomach, I'm not gonna let it like ruin a whole hobby for me.
Yeah.
So, do you enjoy the grind
Huh?
picture? Um,
What do
so
you
like,
mean?
so like, kind of the whole point of like certain games like Stardew Valley or stuff like that is the whole thing is the process. It's
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
grinding and getting what you need and getting your resources to where you want them to be, so you can reach achievements and whatever. Do you approach the diamond paintings that way, or is it
I
cathartic? Does it relax you? Is it about finishing? Like what's the motivation?
I
um
like
go
you'll be
ahead.
mad at me. I like that like everything is either on your tablet or your TV or your phone. Because hello, look at the time we're living in. So I kind of like the idea of having something that I can sit down and do that's not on a screen. And, I can like turn my brain off a little bit, just enjoy like the process.
Yeah.
And in the end, I have something really pretty that I made with like my own two hands that's physically in front of me.
And
And that's,
I would say mine falls in line with that too. Is I've always done some sort of craft throughout my life. Um,
Mhm.
for the majority of my life, I did cross stitch and embroidery. I had a really, really hard time finishing complex pictures because I would get bored of it and put it down, and then I would lose my place and couldn't figure out how to pick it back up. So I would just wind up trashing the entire thing that I had just put like 100 hours into, but I couldn't figure out where I needed to pick up at.
Mhm.
So what I like about diamond painting is it takes that same concept of the cross stitch where you have the picture that you're putting the colors based on a symbol in that spot, but I can physically see the picture completing, and if I need to stop and step away for a while, I can do
Mhm.
that without losing my place and losing all my progress and having to start over again.
So you're saying what it sounds like both of you are saying is that it's more
Mhm.
the process and not the final product.
It is the final product, but the process is part of that.
Yeah, it's the process to the product.
Yeah, if I don't like the picture, I have no motivation to finish the picture.
If I don't like the picture, I have no motivation to buy it.
Yeah, that too. Um,
I've gone to a lot of stores like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, like anywhere that you can find these in. And I've gone to several online shops, and I'm kind of like, oh, and this looks like, and I'm like, oh, that one looks nice. That one looks nice. Oh dear God, no. Meanwhile, I'm sure someone else will be like, oh,
yeah,
God no, God no. Ooh, pretty.
yeah, and like for me, a prime example is landscapes. I hate landscapes with a passion. Um, I only have maybe I have over 500 diamond paintings. I have maybe 10 to 15 landscapes.
What?
Maybe.
That's what you're gonna say.
So that is how picky I am with landscapes, and most of those landscapes are either Asian depicted landscapes or cool or very interesting winter scenes, or something that has a bunch of purple in it. So,
Just that.
well, purple is one of my favorite colors. So for me, if I'm going to spend time on a picture, it has to be a picture A that I like, and B that I hope to be happy with the outcome, because I have passed up pictures that I absolutely love the original picture. And Jester knows because he has sat there with me while I'm arguing with myself about whether I should get it or not. And he's like, "Well, would you be happy if you got it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'd be happy I had it, but then would feel like I need to correct this and this and this because they fucked up the render here and here and here." And he's like, "But are you willing to do those changes?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, then don't get it." I'm like, "But I like the picture."
You can like the picture and appreciate the picture, but not spend money on something where you have to correct what they did wrong.
Yeah, and that's what I was running into.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
I,
JC, to answer your question, for me, it's a mixture of the end product and the relaxation of doing it, and the feeling of completion when you've actually got it done.
mm.
Well,
Answer
that's
your
good.
question, JC. It's fidget spinners for housewives.
Um, that is probably true. But one question I was going to ask is that do you trust yourself to quote unquote correct a picture by
Yes.
using drills from a different source that you think are more appropriate?
Yes.
Uh,
If I felt like sourcing those drills, but it'd be expensive.
well,
So,
it's just something that you could take from. Could you buy a generic
yes.
uh, kit of just a certain assortment of colors and then trust yourself to select the colors that you think are the correct ones?
She has done it. I remember the picture she did for Meg. She had to change a crescent moon.
Yeah, I've had to
And
do
take that
some
there.
minor corrections on pictures before.
Yeah,
Was
that
that
one.
was that the sexy witch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the witch with boobs, as I called it.
Yep.
But yeah, I had to restructure the. I think
So
I had to
that is an
restructure
option.
her moon. Yeah, it is an option, but when you're doing full color replacement, it gets expensive. So the reason the kits themselves are like $50 to $60 is because everything is mass produced in a quantity that allows them to have it at that price. But if I
And
was,
are they interchangeable between companies? Are the drills standardized or are they
they are
uh,
semi-standardized. They're all the drills are color coordinated according to the DMC color chart, which is one of the most popular cross stitch and embroidery thread companies.
somebody's outside to hear the bugs?
I'm walking Thor.
It's ambience.
I was wondering what that maraca was.
Eh,
Yeah,
Boys,
Thor had to go
ambience.
potty.
Okay. Guys, it's
Damn it.
ambience.
Oh.
Be polite. Be polite. It's ambience, okay? People will appreciate
So, but no, you can change out the colors if you want to, but it gets expensive. So like if I wanted to fully replace all of the drills without necessarily even changing any of the colors. So say I got a kit that I absolutely liked the canvas of, but hated the drills because of their quality, I could order replacements of the drills from a higher quality um uh company.
and they will fit and adhere.
Yes.
And okay, all right.
Yeah. The
That's for
drills are standardized.
okay.
The
So that's for people to know that
Yeah.
they're not married. They don't just have to stick to the one kit if they love the picture but they hate the drills. They can go
Yes.
somewhere else. And okay, there you go.
You can, but like say for the one picture that I like the picture, but I'm not a fan of the render, and I don't really care for the drills. um Even if I replace the drills, I would still struggle with it because the render sucks.
it.
But if I had tried to replace the drills, replacing the drills would cost me almost as much as the original canvas did, if not more.
So pretty much you're buying the same canvas twice, but you're only getting one thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, is there a sweet spot
What do you mean?
sharpness? Um, does it get do the canvases get to two picture quality or not picture quality enough? Is there a sweet spot there where it works out for the drills or the diamond painting?
That
Hmm.
is a picture by picture basis. So like the one picture, the other two pictures that I'm debating on whether I want to trash or keep. the main issue with them is they are very obviously computer rendered, and what happens with computer rendered is you usually wind up with confetti in places where it's not needed. And for those of you that don't diamond paint regularly, confetti is where you have a bunch of color changes in a really, really small area.
Mm-hmm.
So the main issue I was seeing when I was working on the one section is that there's obviously areas that should have been gone in and touched up, and instead of having 5 colors in that area, it should have been adjusted to only have like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because
The
the
color palette is limited with the drills.
it is, yeah. As of this moment, the color palette is limited because everybody is using the standardized colors from DMC. Technically, any color could be made if they wanted to pay for custom batches, which would make the price of the kits higher, but
Yeah.
would technically help match the original art better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it would skyrocket the price of a kit, and nobody really wants that. They're already expensive.
Yeah.
So if you have a really intricate,
You cut out. What'd you say?
as if you have a really intricate, crazy picture of, say, like
You
a
cut out
rainbow
again.
Yeah.
effect on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
like
yeah.
of anything, it's okay.
Yeah. So sometimes a picture can be too intricate for a diamond painting. It
Yes.
just doesn't work.
There's actually a lot of pictures that I see people go, "Oh, I would love to diamond paint it," and I go, "No, you wouldn't," because the picture would be full of confetti. And in the end, it would come out looking pixelated rather than like the picture you want. If you wanted to do it as a cross stitch, that would probably be more doable because with cross stitch, you can fit more stitches in a small area to make it better match. And
That was what I was getting at.
Is that sometimes the picture, it just doesn't lend itself to diamond painting.
correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures that just will not, and do not translate well to diamond painting, at least not in a manageable size. I mean, if you're willing to make it as big as you need to make it work, then yeah, anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, anything that's big enough to make it work, you're talking about a really big picture and a really heavy picture at that.
I'm just asking the questions of somebody who.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Honey, you gotta get off the balcony.
As somebody who doesn't diamond paint.
No,
Yes.
let's just leave it. So just someone that.
A complete novice.
A novice.
No idea what.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, but no, like I'm just struggling with when is it okay to trash a diamond painting?
But to me, it's okay to trash it when it goes from being an enjoyable hobby to a chore that you're forcing yourself to do, like laundry or the dishes.
Yeah.
That's when you should trash it.
I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Goneskee if she wants to buy a reduced priced kit of the one she wants.
She can finish it.
Sell it off to her. Let her finish it and show it off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if she's really that interested in it, and like,
Yeah, she
at this point trying to do it for her, then it probably would be better. It just, let her buy it discounted from you, because at least then it'll be a pleasurable experience instead of a chore.
yeah, I'll probably get in contact with her and ask her if she wants it that way.
For anyone
Sell it. Yeah.
in our Discord.
Yeah, Gonski's on in the Discord with us. She's I think we only have like 4 or 5 people that actually diamond paint, because anybody who joins at diamond paints never interacts with us and makes me sad.
Oh.
And
Because Luna scares them all off with his racism.
no, he doesn't.
Luna
So-
It's all right.
said
We can cut out anything that we say that you don't agree with.
No,
so.
because I don't feel like doing
Llama
that editing. I don't feel like doing that
Llama
edit. Stop
harasses
it!
people.
Stop it! It's not true.
JC ignores them. So
JC ignores everybody.
I do.
They're just so rude, and
because I'm
Daryl's sarcastic, and
Oh goodness. But no, but
it's just a horrible group of people
it is
around.
not
I'd
a
like you
horrible
to
group of people.
join this.
Don't
I'm
spread your
gonna make you
lies.
edit. I'm gonna make you edit this video. They said, "Don't join
You're
the
being
Discord."
a fucking dick.
That's why I'm here.
But I still love you, but you're being a dick.
That's why I'm here.
You
So
know
what
what?
we're really-
You know what? We're gonna leave this in so that everybody can see the chaos.
This is what every one of our conversations evolves into. Jester just goes on some random goddamn tirade that's completely to the right or the left or whatever field we're in. And we just stand there and wave bye-bye till he comes back.
So what you're really saying is we're just a pack of deplorables.
No, we're yes.
That you are. You're deplorable.
Are you happy, Jester? Now he's imitating you and running off instead of what goddamn.
Yeah.
You know,
They're opinionated bastards, a lot of them. I won't trust them. Stay away from the Discord. It's bad for you.
you know what? We're gonna leave this in and see how many people just start dying laughing at our random conversation.
I'm dying.
Well, the thing is, you know, if you get more people join the Discord, you know,
And they'll-
it's
and they'll
going
find-
to be the stubborn people like, don't you tell me not to join. I'm joining.
Jester being this combative and confrontational and drama-ish. We're gonna keep people listening.
Oh goodness. So, but no, I think I am to that point where like I can't finish these two pictures. I have no desire to work on them. They have been sitting pulled out for at least 2 weeks now, and I haven't touched them. That
Yeah,
that tells me that they're I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, they've just been sitting there that long, causing you aggravation, then they just gotta go bye-bye.
So.
Oh, so
The thing is, while they're sat there, every time you look at them, you're just going to get a negative feeling.
I do.
Yeah.
Every
So it would
time
be
every time I see them, I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to work on. I don't want to mess with them.
So just get rid of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's no harm or shame in it. I mean,
There's
it's
all
like with an artist when they do like 50 sketches before they actually do an actual picture. Because they'll start it, but I don't like how the sketch is going. They'll still just quit and start again.
yeah, but they
Sometimes it's
didn't spend they
better.
didn't spend anywhere from $50 to $150
I
on
have no way to analyze this of you spending money on these pictures that you thought was going to be good that turned out not to be.
Well, it's what we were talking about earlier with your TH and life lessons.
Yeah.
This is a little life lesson.
Yeah, no, bitch. Shut up.
and besides, Jester's an artist. I'm sure he's bought paints or markers or whatever.
Yeah. I tried to use those Pisco. Well, I can't remember what they're called now. Those paint markers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I managed to do with them is make splodgy messes because I either do it where they're too dry and the paint doesn't come off, or it's too much has come out and it's just running everywhere. So it's not that they're bad because I see so many people do good art with them. It's just I can't get along with them.
Yeah.
It's not your.
And then I've heard people bitch and moan about like alcohol markers with bleeding. I've never had an issue with them bleeding.
Okay.
The lesson. Everyone has different experiences.
JC throwing my life lesson at my tiny human back at me.
It's what I do.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
We know.
Kitty, you got any final words of wisdom for people considering trashing a picture?
That's pretty much what I've been saying. This is your hobby. This is your time for relaxation. And the second that, your relaxation's gone and it's more of a chore or an obligation than something you want to do, you know, just bite the bullet and it's a live and learn lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jester, same thing or anything extra you want to add? This is the way.
Yeah.
So my last tidbit of advice is, well, I don't think you should throw it away immediately. Depending on the circumstances of why you're frustrated with it. Maybe set it aside for a week or so and then come back to it and see how you still feel about it. Because sometimes it just might be that you are not in the right frame of mind to work on that picture. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's agreeable too. I've had that happen too.
I've had pictures where I just get easily aggravated with it, and so I put it aside and I work on a different one, and I come back to it and I'm like, why was I so aggravated at this picture? I'm enjoying this so much.
Because you just worked on either something harder or something more simplistic, and now you're in a better mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my final words of wisdom. Anything else, JC? Anything you got to say?
No, not really.
Okay. But
Exactly.
that's going to be it for us, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our chaotic energy as we talked about this. Oh hell, I don't know. I don't even know what we're gonna call this. So whatever the title winds up being, I hope you enjoyed whatever I wound up calling this, and we'll probably have more. And don't forget to subscribe or follow or whatever platform you're on that this winds up being on. And
Yeah, bitch, I said what I said. Love you. Bye-bye.
have a good one. Join the Discord because we're a little bit chaotic, and I'll see you guys later.